Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I want to say hello on the Black Financial Channel. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I wanted to chime in really quick and give you guys a quick update on what's going on with Trump, the coronavirus, the stock market, everything else. You might have seen a jump in your portfolios. The Dow went up almost 2,000 points today. As of this recording, it's at 1985. 1985 was a good year. I don't know how many of y'all remember 1985, but it's that's a big jump, and a lot of the jump was driven by the fact that Trump did a decent job of correcting himself from the disastrous speech he gave the other day, in which he tried to calm the nation, but he didn't calm the nation. He actually created more uncertainty. So one of the things Trump did was he declared a national emergency over the coronavirus. That's a big deal. It doesn't just mean that he thinks the virus is serious. He declared it a national emergency, or him declaring it a national emergency means more than just okay, we care about this. It means that a lot of money is going to be put behind sort of preventing the spread of the virus, right? So a national emergency means that billions of dollars are going to be spent. Lots of federal energy is going to be put behind solving this problem, and that helped the markets to feel some relief. Now, if you were there yesterday for the bloodbath yesterday, when the market just kept plummeting, you probably only recovered a fraction of what you lost yesterday, or maybe 70-80% of it. If tomorrow's another rally, then maybe you'll end up starting to see some blue skies. I can tell you, in terms of investing, what I tend to do is I buy dips, and so I've just sort of been buying more and more. So I've got some stocks that are going to be super cheap because I bought them even at their lowest points. One of the things that I did was I aimed for a lot of industries that tend to do well during recessions, like consumer staples, stocks like Kroger. Kroger is one of the stocks I've seen thrown around in terms of companies that might do well during a recession or during this kind of chaos and downturn. One of the things that's interesting to me is that, even as the economy sinks as a result of the coronavirus, because everything's shutting down and travel and all that stuff's going away, don't think that people aren't spending money. I mean, think about it. When Alicia and I get home back to Chicago, first thing we're going to do is go to the grocery store, right? And we also had a conversation about, what's the grocery store going to look like when we get there? Like, is there going to be any food? Well, what's going to be left over? And so, people are spending money, and they're just spending money on different things. So a lot of investing now, for Wall Street is kind of figuring out, where are people going to be spending their money, and also just accepting that this is going to be a long-term downturn. There's more bad news on the horizon. One of the biggest points that Nancy Pelosi brought up, who I thought did a pretty good job of kind of addressing the issue, is she said that it's a lot of the focus is on testing. So they're going to test. So what that means is more bad news is going to be revealed. A lot of y'all may have those relatives. You ever have those relatives that don't want to go to the doctor because they don't want to go to the doctor because they think that if they get tested for things, the doctor is going to make them sick. And the thing is that you were already sick. You just didn't go get tested. So it's not like the doctor made you sick. Going to the doctor isn't what made you sick. It's revealing and seeing the truth that forced you to confront reality. So in this country, right now, at least with the coronavirus testing and what I'm reading, that area or that segment of our society has become a reflection of our president and our obnoxious capitalism, where, we spend all this money on the healthcare system. It's the most expensive healthcare system in the world. People go broke because they get sick, but yet the healthcare is just not that great. There are third world countries that have better healthcare systems than we have. And so one of the things that's being brought to light is that we've only tested 11,000 people in this country. And there are thousands of people all throughout the United States who have said, I have coronavirus symptoms. I have a friend who was in Italy, and I made a lot of contact with this person. I think I have it, but I can't get a test. So what's going to probably happen is, as they test more and more people, they're going to have more and more positive results. And if they choose to release the truth about these results, that's when you're going to start seeing the other shoe drop, and you're going to start finding out a lot of people are infected that nobody's talking about. So I personally think that you're going to get some more bad news that's going to come on the horizon. But I think that could be temporary. I think that if they can contain the virus, and because it ain't going to kill everybody, it's not going to kill everybody. It's just going to kill 1 or 2% of the people that get it, which is terrible, right? It's horrible for those people because you're talking about probably at the end hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people, which is very unfortunate. But that's still not a large percentage of the population. Also, a lot of the people that are getting really sickest and dying are people that already have other diseases, who are senior citizens. So I'm not saying that those people don't matter. They do matter. They matter as much as everybody else. But it's not the end of the world. I think that's the biggest thing. So at the end of the day, and you mentioned, Vernon, the company's doing the test. I did buy some shares in Gilead Sciences, Gilead. I don't know how Gilead is doing though. Let me look at my account. And by the way, if you want to see exactly everything that I'm buying, I actually have a section in my stock market program where it's called What Dr. Boyce is Buying. And I basically literally tell you everything I buy and why I'm buying it. So feel free to sign up. You can do 30-day trial for $1 at theblackstockmarketprogram.com. So somebody type that in so other people can see it, theblackstockmarketprogram.com. A lot of people like it. I think you guys will like it too. So it's not just a class, it's a training program and like an investment club sort of. So let me see here. Gilead has, in the last week, actually, it hasn't done that great, but in the last month, it's gone up by about 2%, which is pretty rare compared to most of the stocks. Have I made money on it? Yeah, I've made about 3.5% since I bought it, maybe a little over a week ago. So 3.5% in a week is a good return on investment. So that was a good stock to buy. But at the end of the day, remember the stock market is not a casino. It's a place where you do long-term investing, where you diversify across industries. You don't sort of aim for the right stock at the right time. People not eating out for a while. That's why the supermarkets are being emptied. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to be working from home. I'm going to be eating at home. And I think a lot of people are going to be doing the same thing. I canceled some trips. I tried to hit up Orbitz about canceling my trip, and their whole app was down. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. Alicia and I are thinking about, the wedding this summer. Okay, how are we going to do that? Should we even be thinking about that? This is way out in July. We got a cruise planned after the wedding. So we're like, okay, maybe we can just get the cruise postponed. So there's a lot of factors there. And I'm hearing other little things, conspiracy theories and rumors about things that the government may be doing in the near future. But I'm not going to talk about any of that until I confirm it. But some of these things I'm hearing from pretty smart people concern me a little bit. And at the very least, what I will say is that I don't think we should really trust that the government's always going to do what's best for us. I believe they're going to do what's best for themselves. And so I encourage you to do what's best for yourself. So that will probably mean paying attention when they say stay home, chill out, relax, keep your kids home, find something else to do for a little bit until they figure this thing out. Because I think the number one goal at this point for sure is to just figure out what the hell's happening here. Like, what is this? I think that's at least that's my goal. I just want to sit back and just kind of just let it all play out. And so again, the $1 million question for me is, are we going to be talking about this virus a month from now, 2 months from now? And then if so, what capacity? I don't know if this is a blip on the radar screen or if this is long-term economic damage or long-term health damage, long-term political damage. I don't know. But I just want to sort of sit back and consume information. So you want to read, learn, pay attention, chill out, sit back and observe, and then come to your own conclusion. And don't trust these people to do what's best for you. You got to trust yourself. That's my 2 cents. All right, guys. So I'm about to get out of here. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I'm about to go. Andre C. Hatchett and I are doing an event tonight in Atlanta. And if you happen to live in Atlanta and you wanted to come out and meet us in person, there aren't that many people there because a lot of people are not doing large crowds because of the virus. But we still we're having the event anyway, and I'm still going to shake hands anyway. I'm just going to have some hand sanitizer. So if you can go to drboyceatlanta.com if you want to come out, but you can get your tickets online. We're not going to sell any at the door. So drboyceatlanta.com. Last but not least, the program is theblackstockmarketprogram.com. So feel free to go check that out for $1 for the first 30 days. theblackstockmarketprogram.com. Hit the thumbs up button real quick before you go. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.